Good morning. Good morning and welcome back to Frugal Outdoors with myself, Dylan. And as you can see, we're out on the SIB today. Now we're just into October. It's like October the 11th, I think, today. October the 10th, 11th. And it's absolutely glorious weather. Really, really calm, really still. I'm hoping when we get out there, it's going to be pretty flat, which means we should be able to get to our destination pretty quickly. So we're coming out of Yarmouth Harbour, and in a minute we'll be entering into the Solent, and we're going to head right. Now normally when I come fishing on the boat, we go left, we go down to the Needles, we go down to Allen Bay. I have been right once, and that's where I'm going to go today. We've got no specific targets in mind really, just want to have some fun. I want to try and put some fish on the boat. We've got some sardines, I've got some anchovies, I think I've got some launce or a launce. Yeah, we've got a few bits and bobs, some squid obviously. So hopefully we can find a few fish, find some bream, maybe find a ray, some smoothhounds, anything really. Just want to have a go at some fishing. Get out on the boat while we can, while we still can before it gets too cold and the weather gets terrible. But anyway, let's head under the bridge, let's head out of the harbour, and then we'll make our way to our destination. You'll be able to see behind me as the White Link ferry. Now, some of you may know it's quite expensive to get on and off the island. It's not too bad depending on how you do it. You can buy bulk tickets, etc. But it is, I believe, per mile, the most expensive stretch of water in the world. I could be completely wrong, could be talking out of my backside, but I believe that is correct. But we're out of the harbour now. Just going to go round the end of the pier, hang a right, and we're just going to blat up that way a few miles, but we're going to go that way and yeah, to see how we get on. It's pretty calm, so I think the fishing should be quite comfortable. But what I do want to do is try and get out of the tide a little bit. It's an incoming tide, we're still on the big sets of tides, and I am going right, so it is going to be tidal. I've got a bit more lead, but I want to go somewhere where it's not going to be rushing too hard, and certainly when the tide ebbs, I'll be heading home. So let's get over there anyway. Let's see if we can find a couple of fish. Cheers. This is so cool. I absolutely love this thing. Right, so I'm just using Navionics at the moment just to sort of pinpoint the mark, or one of the marks that I want to fish, which is just off of Hampstead Ledge, which is in the Solent. But I mean, we've just done, I don't know, 5 miles, something like that, in very little time. I must say, if anyone is interested, I'm using a Seapro 340 HD. HD being heavy duty, it's a much heavier duty vessel. We've got an aluminium floor, which actually I put a foam floor in over the top of it as well. And that's powered by a 15 horsepower 4-stroke Parsons engine, which as a pairing, for me, like, it works brilliantly. So we get out everywhere pretty quick. It is quite heavy, but I mean, I'm handling it all by myself, so it's totally doable. I'm not the biggest or strongest guy in the world, so I'm just trying to pinpoint myself somewhere where I drop anchor, and then obviously I'm going to drift back, but then also my lines are going to drift back. So I basically need to be sort of twice the distance in front of my mark where I actually want to be fishing. So that's what I'm trying to do now anyway. See, what I want to do is, I have tried over this way once before for a few hours. I got it totally wrong, got the tides all wrong, got the fishing conditions wrong, everything. So this time really is very much, there we go, that's a bit quieter. It's very much an exploration really. So what I want to do is I want to fish here for a couple of hours, and then I want to shoot further more down into the Solent and fish another mark, just so I can sort of get some experience of fishing different spots really. I'm not the most experienced boat fisherman at all. So again, I've said it on every video. If anyone's got any tips or anything, any advice for me, then please do fire it across, because it is all welcome. There we go. I think if I drop the anchor here, should be pretty much fishing into where I want to fish. A bit further over. So indecisive. Right, let's go a bit further this way. Let's go like 50 meters this way. And there we are. We'll wait for that to swing us round. Ah, there we go. We're at anchor. You can hear the water rushing past. I dropped one place and it was just, I drifted in the time that the anchor had got to the bottom and had actually gripped in. I'd already drifted over the mark, so I've had to reset. But now I think we're in a pretty decent spot. So I'm going to give it an hour and a half, 2 hours here, and then we're going to move on a little bit further up. But let's get a rod in the water because I really want to get fishing. So the first one I'm going to chuck out, I'm going to stick a nice big bait out, let it soak down there for a bit, and see if we can't entice something of a reasonable size to the boat. No, we've definitely got a bit of colour down there today. So first off, we've got a nice, I think that's probably a 4-0. Looks like a 4-0 full circle hook on a perfection loop, and then that's on a locked in running ledger. And by the looks of it, I think I made this out of 80 pound, because you never know, you might pick up a big conger eel. And we'll start off with 3/4 pound of lead. Might have to add a little bit more to it, but we'll see how we get on with that. And I've got some very, very frozen sardines. I'm just going to drop that straight down. Nice big bait, get some scent in the water. On one rod I'm going to fish with some bigger baits, and then on the other rod we're going to fish with some smaller ones. Just see how we get on. And there we go, dropping down. First bait is in the water. A little bit apprehensive because I do know it's a big tide today. And some of you had already recommended, like, don't bother even fishing up here when the tides are this big, unless I've got the right amount of lead, obviously. And I feel like I have, but it's still going to be a bit difficult. I think when I move up further up there, I think I stand a little bit more chance of getting out of the tide a little bit. I'm relatively close to shore. I'm probably only maybe 400 yards offshore, not very far out at all. But you can see this line. We've got this line of tide right behind me, so. Yeah, you never know, we might find a fish. My second rig is literally just a little sort of 2-hook paternoster, really. Again, 60-pound line, quite heavy. Just want to get a couple of baits out and then I'll start trying to finesse my setup, really. Get some bait out, get some scent in the water, and see if we can't get a fish. 2 baits are in. Let's have a little look. Well, I'm not going to lie, I'm really struggling here with the tide. I've only been fishing for maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but I think the trouble is, as soon as you start doubting yourself and doubting where you're fishing, when you haven't got the confidence in it, I think you just got to move on. I know I should probably be giving it a chance, but I'm really in quite a fast bit of tide here. I think I need to just try and get out of it just a little bit. Ah, just far too tidal there. Woohoo! Well, like I said at the beginning, this session was very, very much experimental stuff, just trying to find out some marks. And so I really don't know where I'm fishing. I roughly know where there's a mark. I mean, I've caught some fish over the other side. Maybe I should have gone that way, stick to what you know, but I just wanted to do some exploring, really. Try and find another couple of marks. Maybe when the tide is not so big, this will be all right, but not today. Oh, there we are. We're finally in our second spot. Got a bit of a pickle going on here. What's going on? Whoa. Looks like we're getting a bite straight away. Oh, there we go. We've got something. It's only little couple of bits of squid. Oh, we missed it. Well, I reckon that could have been a bream, you know. So, worst case scenario, if I get a couple of bream, I'll be happy. Nice big boat going out over there. Somebody who, I'd imagine, knows what he's doing. It's quite nice seeing the lead going down. I can see that I'm fishing on the bottom. So I think I'm fishing over like a shingle bank here. But like I say, we're mixed fishing. We're fishing with fish baits and squid, and we'll see if we can't pick something up. I think we got a fish on. I say that. I'm not sure. Felt like it, but I'm not sure now. Not feeling any thumps. Could be a dogfish. It's not very heavy. Oh, maybe. We got anything? Come on. Yeah, we have. What we got? Tiny little black bream. Well, it's a fish. It's a fish. I will take it. Do you know what? It was on the biggest squid head bait as well. There we go. This one's obviously absolutely tiny, but it's a fish. It's always about getting that first fish, isn't it? Get that first one, just settles the nerves a little bit, gives you a little bit of confidence. I mean, there's absolutely stacks of bream coming off the shore at the moment. I've had some really good sessions on them. Yeah. Just changed the base on that one. Just freshened it up, dropped it straight back down, had one bite of a sandwich. And we're into a nice little fish here. Definitely a bream, I would have thought. Nice and punchy. But to be honest, I'm happy for anything at the moment. Not particularly massive. Your lucky day. There we go. Another nice little black bream. Again, not particularly huge. Well in size, but I'd like to try and catch some bigger stuff if I can. I'm going to freshen up the sardine on the other side. I might put a whole squid, or maybe I'll just stick with the sardines, I don't know. I've got plenty of the sardines. Tide's eased off quite a bit, which is nice. Let's say we're fishing in just over 60 feet of water. Yeah, I'm really not using anything special on those rigs. Very, very simple. There we go. Right, let's freshen this one up as well, and we'll see if we can't finish our sandwich. And maybe catch something big enough that we can take home. There we go. A nice whole squid. Let's chuck that out, see what happens. Well, as you can see, we've now got land behind us this way, so we have swung around on the anchor. I'm hoping we might get a little bit of fishing in before the tide pushes too hard, but we may well not. I really don't know. I've just chucked a little bit of frozen offcuts of sardines and stuff like that that we had in the freezer at home, and it's still floating literally right next to me, so I think we're pretty much on slack water right now. Got fresh baits out on both, whole sardine on the right hand side and some fresh squid on this left hand side on that flapper rig. But yeah, I'm struggling to find some bites today. We've had a couple of small bream, but nothing big enough to take home really. I mean, that second one was easily in size, but a little bit too small for my liking. There we are, a tiny little pouting. Now normally I'd use him for bait, but today this is a lucky day because I've got bait and I'm about to leave, so he can go off. Oh wow. God, something just ran off with that then. I don't know what this is. Might be a smooth hound, you know? Don't know. Ooh, interesting. It's got some fight to it though. So it's only on a 6 to 10 pound rod. It looks like the other one could be going. I think this has got to be a smooth hound. Right, I've got leader. Where's the fish? Yeah. Oh, he's properly wrapped himself up as well. There we go. Only a little smooth hound, but I'm going to take it. I'm chuffed. That's the first smooth hound we've had on the boat. Whoa. Right, let's get this one back and have a look, see what's going on with the other one. Oh, well that's all right. So that other rod is hammering away. I've just checked it and it's not hooked. I imagine it's bream because I've put a big squid head down on there and they're probably picking at the tentacles. I'm gonna have to have a look online when I get home and just see how I go about actually using the fish finder properly. I mean, I can see marks on it, but it's not making a whole bunch of sense to me. There's a lot of disturbance, I suppose. I mean, I can see this one dropping straight down now. That's straight down onto the bottom. I can see that. But there's like a lot of noise on there. And it looks like there's a reasonably decent fish has just come through. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm looking at when it comes to that. But we'll certainly... Oh. Wow, whatever that was is not on there anymore. I just ripped a load of line. Man, there we go. Something having a go on the right hand rod. Let's have a feel. Let's have a look. Oh. I actually think we might have something on here. Hey, good old doggy. There we go. Well, when the fishing's been as slow as it has, it's a welcome sight, that's for sure. That tide is definitely picking up now, so I don't think I'm going to have much longer, but we'll check a couple more out while we can. So I'm just going to put another sardine out there. Sardines are a great bait, they're just ever so soft. Just going to bind the hook on and a little bit of the line up to the snout. See if it will entice something different When you look at that, I mean, basically I've made a lure. There we are, you see. So we've got the nice circle hook sticking out the back, and then hopefully, now the tide's running a bit, it should sort of give it some movement in the water. But I tell you what, it's a good job I caught some fish down the beach the other day, because otherwise we'd be going hungry. We do eat an awful lot of our own catch. So yeah, we eat loads of fresh fish. I had hopes to get into something a little bit different today. Thought there might have been a chance of seeing a ray or something like that, because I think it'd be pretty cool to get a decent sized fish up at least to the side of the boat. But we've not done too badly today. We've had one smooth hound, one dogfish. There we go. That looks like that is actually going. One pouting and two bream. Something's having a go at this sardine. Oh, look at that. Absolutely mangled it, whatever that was. Put a bit of squid on there. We'll chuck it back down. Oh, well, I think I'm going to give it another half an hour. Tide is running pretty well. I'm still only fishing with 8 ounces at the moment, and we're still finding the bottom. So what I need to do is I need to find a fish. Might be getting a bite on this right hand rod here. I mean, there is a little bit of weed coming through as well, so it might be weed going down the line. Oh. Well, I know we've got some tide running. But we've got a reasonably decent fish on here. I mean, it could just be a dogfish because there's so much tide. But it's another fish anyway. But it's a nice bend in the rod. This one's a 15 to 20 pound class. So you still get a nice bend in the rod. There we go. What did I tell you? It is actually a dogfish. Oh well. I thought we actually had something decent then. But not that it's not decent, you know, it's still a fish. There we go. Yeah, well there we go. That's our last 2 drops, I think. Because this tide is really pulling now. And I'll have to keep upping my lead. I'm just about fishing on the bottom now, but only just, so I think, yeah, we'll knock it on head after these 2. This is literally just the weight of the lead. Makes you feel like you got a fish on. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to scoot along on the inside of the coast just in case I spot somewhere to fish, because you never know. Yeah, we'll hug the coastline on the way back. So we're a good few miles from home, so it's going to take us a little while to blat across. And of course now tide is ebbing, it's always a little bit harder. Oh, it's pretty special now. Sun's come out just for a minute. Looks like there's actually going to be some rain. But it's funny, you come off your anchor and it is like glass here. It doesn't even feel like the water's moving, but it was absolutely racing through. Right, let's head on in that way a little bit. Go and see if we can't find somewhere else to fish for 5 minutes. Well, I've been having a little scan around on the inside here just to see if there's anywhere really that the tide isn't running that hard, and I've just gone past that buoy. It's the only way I can tell really. I've just gone past the buoy and it's absolutely racing, so I am going to head in, hoon it all the way down, because as you can see it is absolutely lovely and flat. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's not maybe a super exciting one. We did manage to get a couple of fish. But yeah, nothing too exciting. If you're interested in getting yourself a Seapro or a Parsons engine, then please do go and check out Bill High Marine on the interweb, and also there's a link to it on the description of the video. But anyway, until the next one, please take care, stay safe, and maybe I'll see you out there. Cheers.